With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular their boats past taking out gay proof
Well, how about that? There we go. Finally back. Green flag flies. We'll get back to some of the commentary that you missed here. It looks like one of the plugs coming undone on us here in the production booth, so we've got that one all worked out. Do apologize to everybody out there watching and listening here tonight. Finally listening tonight, I should say, as Isaac Shelley, after starting outside row number 1, walks away with the top spot. Tom Shinnick grabbed the pole position, back to second now, fighting off that 49 of Ryan Bird down there on the inside of the racetrack. Adam Westfield in the 17, tucked in line to 3 wide off of turn number 4. We've got 3 wide racing already. There you can see that 10 of Thomas Green, and we've got another caution on the field, on the track here tonight. Field going to have to come back to crawl. William Downman involved in this latest one. Let's see if we can't go back, take a look, have a little insight on what may have went down here with that 77. There you can see that Sim Racing Development Machine already beaten and battered after being caught up and involved in our first caution of the evening, and all that's going to pretty much be all she wrote for that machine right there. That Chevy Z01 Camaro has seen better days, and just like that, under caution for the second time here tonight from Homestead-Miami Speedway in the Miami 225 for the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Series. There you can see the 10 Filter Time Machine of Thomas Green, sporting that Toyota Camry emblem on the front of his car. And how about that, race fans? Out of your top 6, 4 of them are Toyota drivers, just 2 bow ties up in the front, your pump and dump. Pole sitter here tonight, leading the field to the green flag, the 8 of Tom Sinchek. He's got a little bit of pace problems, but Sinchek will sit and remain in that second position. The 49 of Ryan Bird was very close to making a pass for that second position. We'll have to keep our eye on this latest restart. How about the good solid run so far? Losing just 1 position, but still inside the top 5. That Locker Room Lids sponsored 54 Toyota Camry running well here tonight as well. Let's see if Christopher Norris can parlay this into another fine finish. And how about the newcomer, rookie in the field here tonight, sitting inside of that 73 machine. Jeremy Boucher making his debut here down under the lights at Homestead-Miami Speedway in the Miami 225. We'll see how well Boucher is able to run here tonight. He's up 2 positions already. Rounding out your top 10, Chris Parkman up 13 positions. Jesse Thornock, he's up 14 spots here tonight. How about the 53 of Dave Bush? He's going to break his way off of pit road. He came down to pit lane under this second caution of the evening here tonight. And Bush will start back outside of the top 15 in the 17th position, but Bush still up 13 positions, starting outside of the top 30. What a run already to the front for this Chevy Z01 Camaro. Dave Bush looks to try to gain a little bit more time through this field. And we'll transition back to the front of this field as drivers should receive the one to go this time by the boss man in the flag stand. And looks like we're going to have one more time around here tonight. So again, want to go back, regroup, recap some of the things that we missed with the unplugged microphone. We do apologize for that one. Snatching the pole position in the pump and dump qualifying session was that 8 Chevy Z01 Camaro driver Tom Sinchek, looking to start things off the right way. Didn't lead that entire first lap. It went to the 98 of Isaac Shelley. Caution flag flew for the first time here tonight. The Simbox store caution flag waved on lap number 2. We've got our second caution of the evening here tonight. Now a handful of drivers, 4 to 5, caught up in that first incident on track. Looks like a single car spin in contact with the outside wall here for our second Simbox store caution flag of the evening. And the points, although we're in race number 3 of this long season, A lot of heavy points battles. You got points battles right there inside of your top 5. You got points battles, drivers knotted up with each other right around that 10th position. A big gaggle of drivers battling for spots in the point standings from about 13th all the way back to about 20th or so. There's only about 4 to 5 points difference, and a lot of drivers tied up, knotted up, looking for some points, looking for some good runs. And now you can see that one finger wave last time around by the boss man of the flag stand, and that will give us our 1 to go. Chevy Silverado pace truck lights are off, and we are set to drop the hammer once again. Lap number 11 when we cross the line, this time by. Regrouped, reset, restacked at the front of the field. Tom Sinchek will start from the outside lane this time. Race leader Isaac Shelley waiting to hit the gas, and he nails the loud pedal. Gets super sideways, weaving the car back and forth, trying to get a little bit more, it appears, trying to get a little more heat in them tires. A very interesting little restart there. You can see some drivers caught up and involved with that first incident here tonight, making their way back on the track, back up to speed as the field flies by them on the outside. 2-3 wide racing once again here from Homestead. Shelley at the top. You've got the 8 following through. Here comes that 49 of Brian Bird. He's taking the second spot, and we've got a driver going around, coming back up on the track. Oh no, caution, caution on the speedway. This is going to be a big time problem. Big time problem here on lap number 11. Caution flag will wave once again. The sim box or caution flag coming out here on lap number 11. Multiple drivers caught up and involved in this one, as we had a driver going around and then trying to save it. Looked like he came back up across the track and had some big time problems. Let's go to the replay. And there's that 92 Cody Reed. Oh, gets punted a little bit at 17 with some trouble. 51, I believe that is. Comes in late and catches a piece of that one. So if we've got an onboard camera shot here. Let's go on board with Adam Westfield. Let's see what Westfield sees. Oh, there's a contact, a little bit loose contact. He goes around and, well, he sees most of the field go by. Whoa, look at that rear view mirror. Oh my gosh, a lot of drivers all over this field, all over the place after this latest caution here. A look from Cody Reed one more time. There's Cody fighting the car down on the bottom. Looked like he almost had it saved. Back up at the track. There's the contact. Ooh, good run down on the bottom. I believe that may have been the 42 of Mark Dingman, just barely scooting through right there. And just like that, we're back at the front of the field. Race leader Isaac Shelley continues to lead in that 98 Toyota Camry. We've got a fast Ford now inside of the top 5. First Ford to break into the top 5. Only Ford inside of the top 10. The 16 of Blake Howell running well here tonight. Howell's up 4 positions. As drivers make their way back behind the pace car, double file will begin once again. This time around, we should see the field get the one finger away. But again, do want to go back to tonight's beginning of the broadcast and give yet another sincere apology here for some of the technical audio issues that we had. Apparently, one of the mics was not syncing up properly with the programming, so unfortunately missing a little bit of our qualifying intros and our starting lineup here tonight from Homestead-Miami Speedway in the Miami 225 for the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. Walking away with the pole position is the man sitting back now in the third position. He will start inside row number 2 for the first time now off of that first row. Again, Tom Sinchek get the job done and get back to the top spot. We've had just one lead change, 2 race leaders here tonight with 3 Simbox stored caution flags waving. 15 laps into tonight's 150 lap event. Caution will fly on lap number 75 to signify the Simbox speed. Spit it out, Dave. The Simbox store stage break. There you go. Tongue twister, you know, Sally sells seashells down by the seashore kind of thing. Anyway, a lot of good drivers doing well here tonight. 73 of Jeremy Boucher making his debut. He's inside of the top 10. The 73 sits back around that 8th position. Looks like he will start inside row number 4. Outside row number 4, to apologize. A little bit of a Delaware restart look here for you dirt track racing guys out there. Pace truck back off, and we fire things back off. Green flag flies once again here from Homestead-Miami. 2-3 wide now as Sinchek looks to take the middle lane. Not going to press the issue a little bit too early here tonight. Drivers fanning out top of the speedway, bottom of the track as well. There you can see the 54 of Christopher Norris trying to make some headway. Norris now into that 5th position. He's got Thomas Green right behind him. Jeremy Boucher now up to 7th. At 73, he's on a move. Sinchek trying to keep 3rd for now, but the 10 of Thomas Green all over him. And already here tonight, house cleaning needed, house cleaning in order. The 49 of Ryan Bird looks to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to try to keep that 2nd position, trying to keep the car wound up at the bottom. Can he have the speed on corner exit? And he's going to pull even with the race leader. And then Shelley will yard him down the backstretch. 16 will follow suit with a little bit of a tow way up the track. Now goes that 98, and we've got 3 wide for the top spot. 3 wide for the top spot coming off of turn number 4 back across the line once again. Race lead going to continue to stay in the back pocket of Shelley at the top of the speedway. The 98 machine powered up, looking fast and showing fast. For the fastest time of the track turned in by Ryan Bird last time around, 33.68, as now that 49 really tries to grab that spot. Once again, continuing to pound the pavement at the bottom. Catfishing here tonight in Homestead. And it just looks like Shelley being able to keep the RPM up, being able to wind that machine out up at the top of the speedway, keep the momentum built into it. It looks like Shelley will be able to keep a hold of that top spot. And now Tom Sinchek, your pole sitter here, he's going to head to the top of the track as well. The late Apex number 8 Chevy Z01 Camaro running well here, looking for the race lead once again. Still just 2 race leaders, 1 lead change so far here tonight as Shelley continues to keep this field behind. We'll jump around just a little bit. What do you say, race fans? A little bit of different action going on out there on the track. There you can see Ryan Bird, that 49, has dropped all the way back now to that 5th position. Still committed to the bottom, trying to make it work, trying to run that rubber in, but it looks like he's now going to go back to the top of the speedway, running with everybody else. How about we jump back with the It's Simbox sponsored 17 the North Star Design, 17 of Adam Westfield down on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to grab that position away from Maurice Gamillion, who's running the high line. James Watson right here as well. There you can see that colorful 39 Ford Mustang up at the top of the racetrack. Thomas Walter, next driver in line, the 57 Toyota Camry, just off in front. And whoa, Jared Talmadge with some trouble. Talmadge looks like he may be heading down to pit road. Battle for the race lead, and once again, top spot belongs to your pump and dump pole sitter. Inside of that late apex, number 8, Tom Sinchek goes back to the top of the board. Back around the racetrack, we'll jump around to a few of these different drivers, give you a little bit of how it looks out there. What do you say we jump now on board? Let's go back. There you can see that 94 of Sean Huffstutler. Huffstutler was, or is, one of your previous race winners. What do you say we jump on board inside the cockpit of that 94 as he was able to take that 12th position away of Stutler? Up 15 positions now, running in that 12th spot with a handful of drivers just off of the windshield there. You can see the 00, the 39, 57, 17, all within striking distance. Still a very long way to go here to the end of the Simbox Store Stage 1 break. Will we see Huffstutler up inside top 10 by the end of tonight's race? We'll jump back outside the car, head around the track once again. There you can see now 39 of Thomas Watson. He's looking to grab a position away from the 57 of Thomas Walter. Ooh, slide job off of turn number 2. Looking for a crossover. Here comes Walter. Walter and Watson going at it. Back down into turn number 3. Side-by-side racing action. It's the Fast Forward against the Toyota Camry. Camry at the bottom. Catfishing here tonight. Trying to get it done. Trying to keep the momentum up. Not going to be able to keep that spot away, though. Watson will prevail on the high side. And we've got great battles, not just right here. We've got more battles back behind these drivers. How about all of these drivers mixing things up here? There you can see the 91 of Martin Morales came into tonight's race, sitting inside of your top 10 in the point standings. Morales up 13 positions here tonight. The 91 moving a little closer to the front. Martin rounds out your top 15. Meanwhile, Westfield beginning to feel some pressure from behind. There's the 73 of Jeremy Boucher. Boucher has been closing in lap after lap. Tell you what, let's get a little closer. Let's go to the rear bumper cam just over the rear deck lid, looking back, and there you can see another one of those distinct characteristics with this new next-gen car at these tracks with these different downforce packages. There you can see that extra clear portion of the spoiler, allowing drivers to be able to see the cars behind them a little bit better than in days of future past, where that spoiler was a solid color matching the car, and it was a little bit rough, a little bit tough to see the drivers in cars behind you and what they were doing. But a great look back here from Westfield. We've got a handful of drivers carrying this look for us here tonight. We're going to go back to another driver a little bit further back through the field. There you can see Jesse Thornock, then the 14 machine sitting in 15th with Alex Light and Gerald Duffin not too far off in behind. Great camera shots here tonight. We'll jump back around the track, back up towards the front. Gavaha Holt right there in the 00 machine. Running well here tonight. Also a driver on his debut race. That 00 Ford Mustang looks pretty quick here tonight. And we've got a spinner down on the bottom. 73 with trouble. Boucher with trouble. After running very well here tonight, we'll have to wait and look. Let's back it up. Let's see if we can't see what happened. Let's see if we can find out if there was any contact. As that 73, oh, close. Oh, man, that was just overcorrecting. And that's a tough one. That's a tough one to swallow. That's a tough pill to eat there. We'll take a look at the onboard camera shot here. Boucher was working his way off the 2. There it is, just trying to stay out of the 54, really. Was able to do so, but unfortunately for Boucher, he's going to go around. Caution flag will come out, so he'll lose a handful of positions, but minimize the damage as we've got everybody heading to pit road up at the front of the field here. Sinchek and Ryan Bird, your race leaders, they're going to stay out. Tricky strategy change here at the front of this field. The top 2 drivers staying out on the track. Interesting little strategy there for the late Apex number 8, the Pump and Dump Clothing Company qualifying winner. Your pole sitter here tonight, Tom Sinchek, leads the field. We'll step away from the track for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're gonna lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
And back trackside under the 4th caution of the evening here tonight from Homestead-Miami Speedway. You're watching the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge, brought to you by Trak RACER. Right here, race number 3, the Miami 225 at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Tom Sinchek leads the field once again. Snatched that pole position in the pump and dump qualifying session. Fell back all the way to, I believe, at one point in time, he was all the way back in the 4th position on a restart here. And then Sinchek fired off well under our latest restart. And he found himself back at the front, leading this field. He will be the control car, but they have, I say they, Ryan Bird in the 49 stayed out on track with Sinchek this time under caution. They both will have some very hungry drivers with some fresh tires on the cars behind them. Everybody else in this field electing to come down to pit road this latest time around. 29 lap fresher tires. It's going to be hard pressed for the drivers at the front to stay at the front. We'll see how long they can keep this hungry field at bay as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing. Field makes their way into turn 3, double file. Chevy Silverado pace truck will duck off, and we will fire things back off once again. Let's take a look at that front row. Sinchek chooses the top. That's going to put Ryan Bird at the bottom. Blake Howell, Christopher Norris, Isaac Shelley, Thomas Green, Adam Westfield, Maurice Chameleon, Holton Walter round out your top 10. And on the gas once again, green flag flies here from Homestead. An easy work for these drivers with those fresh tires as we go 3 wide through turn 2. 2 fresh tires on the top of the track. 49 of Ryan Bird sitting duck on the bottom with those older Goodyears. He's going to fall well through the field now. Oh, and the 54 oversteps it. You seen the sparks in the car? Oh, boy. We've got a driver losing it on the front stretch. How did Isaac Shelley save it? Oh, my gosh. Wheelman right there. Oh, my goodness. Shelley almost around, saved the machine, kept it pointed in the right direction, and we stay. Green flag racing. My gosh, what a moment there. Big moment for Shelley as we've got more trouble on the track. Caution flag flies. Looks like the 00 may have been involved there. You can see him sitting sideways, as well as the 39 of James Watson. Both of those drivers caught up and involved in this latest incident. Let's go back. Let's check the replay. Let's see what brought out our 5th Sim Box Stored caution of the evening. Oh, and just battle over real estate coming together off of turn number 2. There was not enough room for both of those cars to fit in that particular lane, and whoop, there it is, and around they go. I believe that may be the 11 that might have caught a piece of that. Alex Light making his way through. And yes, it is. Alex Light missing the hood on his Toyota Camry, so he'll be involved in this latest one. You got to ask yourself now, as we go back to the front of the field with Tom Sinchek, what do? If you're the 8, you've seen what happened to the 49 of Ryan Bird. He was basically a sitting duck. Caution flag did save his fall from grace. And, well, we've got our answer right there. Looks like Sinchek chooses to stay out on track. He'll keep it at the front of the field, continue to lead some laps and pad his lap count here tonight in his back pocket. But man, a moment, big moment here moments ago for Isaac Shelley, the 98, running up inside of the top 10, up inside your top 5, completely sideways, almost spinning it back on track. Fortunate enough for him and his crew, his day will continue on as there was no contact. Got the car straightened out and headed back through this field. As the field is at a crawl, what do you say we check in on those championship standings? We had them up on screen a little bit earlier here tonight, but unfortunately the audio kept us from mentioning the things going on here. How about the battle for first and second? Huff-Stutler and James Watson going at it, just 1 point separating those two drivers from each other, 2 points separating third and fourth. How about fourth and fifth? Just 1 point there, 1 point back from them. You can find Martin Morales. And then you've got those battles just outside of your top 10. Andrew D. Philippus in the 97, sitting at 59 points. He's right there knocking on the door of a top 10, just 2 points out of a top 10. And the points battles don't stop there. They continue on through this, through the point standings, race fans. I mean, look at it right there. 56 points, 54 points. Damage, Gomillion battling it out for 18th and 19th. They're just a handful of points outside of the top 10. Really just about 6 points out. So, I mean, as these drivers are battling with each other, knotted up with each other, they're still able to gain a handful of positions if they have a good night. But right now, a good night for that 44 of Gomillion, who's running inside of your top 10 right now. That 45 will restart back in the 7th position. We'll take a look at that 44 as he makes his way by the camera here in his Chevy Z01 Camaro. There you can see him loving that color. Another one of those late Apex racing drivers out there tonight. Gomillion sitting in that 7th spot. He'll start inside of the 57 of Thomas Walter, who's had a great run so far here tonight as well, up 7 positions. And the field should receive the one to go this time around, so we will jump to your biggest movers of the race here tonight. The 94 of Sean Huff-Stutler, up 17 positions, and he will start just one row in front of another driver battling for that most spots gained here tonight. The 91 of Martin Morales. How about the run through the field for this Fast Ford Mustang? Morales sitting in the 11th position, up 17 spots tonight as well. Still a lot of positions to be gained. Still a lot of racing to be had here tonight, race fans. We are just about, well, just over the halfway point here in our first stage. And we will see at least one more Simbox stored caution flag on the evening here. We will see that for sure right around the lap 75 mark, signifying the end of stage number 1. And who's going to walk away with some bonus points? Who's going to take away the stage 1 win? Sinchek leads the field. Back to the green flag. He chooses the outside lane. 16 of Blake Howell, Christopher Norris, Ryan Bird. The stayed out. Bird will start inside row number 2 in that third position. Look for him to try to keep as many spots as he can, but it's still going to be hard pressed with much older tires. Pace truck now down and away. And we're going to get away from the starting box. Restart line and on the gas. The 8 of Sinchek checks out. A lot of battles through this field. All these drivers coming to pit road back on lap number 29. Sinchek and Ryan Bird, only 2 drivers that have yet to come to pit road. And for the time being, Sinchek checking out on the field with those older tires. It's going to be hard-pressed for these drivers to get around them. They're going to have to dig on the bottom like you see Ryan Bird doing. The 49 has been down on the bottom of the racetrack all night long. That is his preferred lane where his car is running the best. And Bird, he takes the second position back on older tires. As drivers running for position, mixing it up, battling amongst themselves, Ryan Bird took it to the bottom of the speedway. And with those older good years, he gets himself right back to second. I was not anticipating that. And I'm sure there's a few crew chiefs down there scratching their heads, but taking notes at what that 49 was just able to do. Just over the halfway point here in stage number 1, and we've got some house cleaning in order here tonight. 32 drivers took to the starting grid. We have still got upwards of 20 plus drivers out there on the track. 17 left on the lead lap. Mark Demon in the 42 machine, he is still down there beating and banging, thrashing away down there on pit road, trying to get his 42 Camaro back out on the track and try to gain as many positions as he can. And we've got yet another caution flag here tonight. The Simbox caution flies for the 6th time here tonight from Homestead-Miami Speedway. It looks like the 94 has had trouble. Oh no, Huffstutler goes around. Let's check the replay. Oh, and contact between the 94 and the 98 of Shelley. The Make-A-Wish 94 catches the brunt of that incident. There you can see no front clip any longer on the front of that machine. We'll back it up one more time. Let's check out what happened here with Huffstutler one more time. There you can see the contact. Shelley and Huffstutler just into each other. It looked like the 94 didn't anticipate the 98 possibly being down there and started to come down the track and enter the corner, and well, contact and crash. That's about all it was. That's about all she wrote. And back to the front of the field once again, race leader Tom Sinchek continues to lead here tonight, and it looks like he's going to now venture to pit road. How many other drivers does he pull? No! He's going to try to okey-doke a handful of drivers to come to pit road. Nobody coming down. 98 of Isaac Shelley. How about Martin Morales, Dave Bush? They all head to pit road. So nobody inside of your top 10 elected to come down to pit road this time around, as the field stays behind the Chevy Silverado pace truck. And while we find ourselves with time on our hands once again here, want to give a big shout out to this season's title sponsor, Trak RACER. Trak RACER has the cutting edge design and engineering to give you the competitive edge over your competition, offering race rigs, flight simulators, monitor stands, accessories. Now also offering SimCube steering wheels. That's right, you can get your entire SimCube steering wheel right over there at Track Racer. Follow the NAISCC on Facebook, and you can get a message with your very own link with a discount code over there at Track Racer. Head on over to Track Racer Refined Gaming. Also, a big time shout out to not just our caution sponsor, but also our stage break cautions, our stage break sponsor. There we go. We'll get it right. Not just our caution sponsor this season, but also our stage break sponsor, Simbox Store. Giving you the edge over your competitors by putting the changes on pit road at your fingertips. We all know how changing brake bias and things of that nature mid-run can be a little bit complicated. If you're looking for an easy way, an easy route, check out Simbox Store. They've got some great products over there. I myself am eyeballing the Diablo. You got to head over to the website to obviously know which one I'm talking about, but eyeballing that Diablo right now. The Stormtrooper also looks pretty amazing as well, so checking into that one as we speak. But drivers here in this field and throughout tons of different leagues all over the iRacing.com platform, heading to Simbox Store, where Simbox Store, you really push our buttons. Our championship standing sponsor this season here, the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. Big shout out to North Star Designs for all your graphic needs and wants. Head on over to North Star Designs. Graphic designs, logos, websites, and more. You can find examples and more at North Star Designs on Instagram or at TW Norse on Twitter and Twitch. Whenever you need to stand out, remember to look to the stars. North Star Designs. And last but definitely not least, our first accolade of the evening being handed out here in the qualifying session. The Pump and Dump Clothing Company starting lineup sponsorship. Snatching that pole position is the man that starts from outside row number 1. Still leading this field, Tom Sinchek looks to continue to pad his back pocket with some laps led as the field makes their way off of turn number 4. We'll get set to nail the loud pedal and get on the gas once again, and there you go. Green flag flies once again here from Homestead. Lap number 47 now underway. Battle for the race lead. Ryan Bird looking to the bottom of the track. He has been a bottom feeder all night long. And now you can see that 17 of Adam Westfield. He's seen what that 49 has been able to do on the bottom, and he wants a piece of it. The North Star Designs machine trying to put his Toyota Camry up inside of your top 2 spots. Not going to get there just yet. He'll snatch third away, though, from Blake Howell. As Morris Bogan, and it looks like James Watson may have had some trouble. Our 7th caution flag of the night will fly here. And we will bring things back to a crawl. Let's see. Looks like we've got the thumbs up early on this one. So let's go back and see what happened with Bogan. On the 36, Nike 4 just slow on the track, and the 39 nowhere to go, right into the tail end. That's where the trouble was. That's what happened. Let's check it out one more time. It looks like just trying to come to pit road, and a little bit of a shunt there from the 39 on the tail end of, I believe that is the 42 of Dingman. That may have caught a little piece of this one as well. And there's the caution flag. The boss man of the flag stand waves the caution here. All the fans in the stands stand up, try to see some of the carnage and trouble. few of them a little bit disappointed. No parts flying around. No signed souvenirs going home with the fans in these packed out stands here tonight. Third race in a row, packed out, full house here at Homestead-Miami Speedway for race number 3 in the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge. Brought to you by Trak RACER. Top 2 drivers continue to stay out on track, and we mentioned it earlier, race fans. Remember we said, when we see a handful of cautions allow some of these drivers to attempt to stretch out this first stage and make it on one stop, leaving themselves multiple sets of tires on pit road. And drivers started tonight's race with 5 total sets. The 4 that they started the race, the 4 tires they started the race on, as well as 4 extra sets down at the pit. And right now, Sinchek and Bird are doing well in the tire department. Very interesting to see that they're able to keep it out there for 50 solid laps here and able to keep it at the front. Ryan Bird dropped through the field to about 4th or 5th on a restart after the drivers behind him came to pit road with 29 lap fresher tires. They continue to have 29 lap fresher tires. That's not going to change. But amazingly, Bird was able to put it at the bottom of the track, and he was able to drive his way back up to second. And as we cross the 100-lap threshold remaining here tonight, if you haven't already, remember, as always, to join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop them that thumbs up. Let them know you appreciate what they do out there. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding through to say hey, or you are one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, maybe even one of the many sponsors across the series. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Each and every time you stop by, show these drivers some love, show them some appreciation, drop that thumbs up. And, well, things going to heat up a little bit here. We're just about 25 laps away from our first stage break that will put us at the true halfway point in tonight's race. And Sinchek, by far, leading the most laps so far here tonight. A good bit of those have been under caution. However, they are still laps led. Stage break looming in the distance. I don't think we're going to see that 8 or 49 to pit road before the end of this first stage. So one of these drivers outside of your top 2, they're going to have to come up and snatch these positions away. They're going to have to make these fresher tires work. We've got some heat cycles turned in on them, but now's the time. You have got to get around those top 2. You have got to find a way to take those positions and really utilize those fresher tires. You got to get into the clean air. Will we see the 17 of Westfield or the 16 Ford Mustang of Blake Howell get to the top spot? I don't know, but we fixing to find out. Drivers make their way off of turn number 2. Chevy Silverado Pace truck lights have went out once again, and we are ready to fire things back off once again here from Homestead-Miami Speedway in the Miami 225. Sinchek goes back to the bottom for this latest restart as the Chevy Silverado Pace truck gets ready to make that left-hand turn. There it goes, and here we go. Green flag flies. Once again, here from Homestead, back at the front. 1, 2, 3, all nose to tail, all going straight to the top of the track. Adam Westfield, one of the only drivers to stay down on the bottom of the racetrack, and here goes that 49 looking for the race lead back at the bottom once again. Bird not going to get there in time. He'll stay back in second. Westfield and Hal now going at it third and fourth on the track. Side-by-side battles back behind him as Isaac Shelley making his way back to the front. Tim Hendry, the 07 machine, right outside of your top 10. Hendry sitting in 12th. Thomas Green able to grab a position away from Adam Westfield. He'll take that fourth spot away. Green and Westfield going to battle it out. Switch and swap those positions back and forth. Fourth, fifth, third, fourth, fifth, all up for grabs now as Blake Howe puts his Ford into that second spot. And he'll begin to eyeball your race leader, trying to run down Tom Sinchek at the front of this field. Sinchek has been able to walk away on these restarts, even with the older tires. Something that crew chiefs have definitely noticed, definitely taken note of. As that battle for fifth position continues to rage on, Westfield and Green continue to swap it back and forth. Isaac Shelley able to grab a position from Maurice Gomillion moments ago. Move Shelley up into that ninth position. Christopher Norris next on tap as the 57 of Walter falls through the field. Checking out the battle right here involving a handful of drivers. There's the 91 of Martin Morales and the 91 Ford Mustang up at the top of the speedway. Alex Light right there working this field. Light in that 11 Toyota Camry missing the hood here. Whoa, and one driver with trouble. Martin Morales with trouble, almost goes around. He's going to keep it straight, but let's jump to the front because we've got a four-car battle from second on back to fifth. My goodness, Ryan Bird, Blake Howe, Thomas Green, Adam Westfield, all mixing it up, all battling for position as they now get single file. Tom Sinchek was beginning to step away. Sinchek had almost a 1 second advantage before the drivers got single file once again. But Bird just doesn't seem to like to run that high side. He keeps dropping to the bottom of the racetrack and he keeps trying to make that inside lane work. This time he'll pull the 17 of Westfield down to the bottom of the track with him. Westfield looking to slide up now. Grab that fourth position away back once again from Thomas Green, and he's going to grab that spot for a moment, and Green will prevail with the long run down the backstretch. Great racing at the front, but let's talk about this man right here. Big time shout out to the driver inside of that 73 machine, Jeremy Boucher, on his debut race here tonight under the lights at Homestead-Miami Speedway in the Miami 225, running well here tonight. Started outside of your top 10, Boucher up sixth position, now running just outside of your top 5 in sixth. We've seen this man have some trouble here tonight. We've seen him have some moments. Now running well once again, knocking on the door of a top 5. Isaac Shelley back inside your top 10. Shelley sits in 7th. We'll jump around the track once again just a little bit. Let's go back to this little bee's nest of a battle that was raging on. Alex Light, Gerald Duffin, Tim Hendry, Dave Bush, all battling with each other. That's right around that 10th position, just behind the 14 of Jesse Thornock. Thornock running well here tonight, sitting in 11th, up 18 positions from where he qualified. He is your biggest mover of the race so far. And there you can see Thornock go by the start-finish line, head back down to turn 1. Walter and Norris going at it side by side off of turn number 2. Long drag race down the backstretch and back into turn number 3. Once again, the North Star Designs Toyota Camry at the bottom. The locker room lids. 54 at the top. Battle amongst Camaros, and it looks like it's going to go to the 57 of Walter. He'll take that position away. with a fair amount of ease, really just dropped to the bottom and drove right on around. And as we begin to inch closer to the halfway point here tonight, do again want to bring back the house cleaning side of things. Tonight's race started with 32 drivers making the starting grid. We have still got 23 out there on the track, but only 18 left on the lead lap. Sean Huffstetler listed as the last driver on the lead lap and being the only previous race winner in the field here tonight. I do believe we are going to see yet another fresh face park it in victory lane. The two different race winners so far this season. Race number 3 looks like it will have another new face, and at the front there's been a change. New race leader for the first time here tonight. A fast forward. The 16 of Blake Howell takes the top spot. Third lead change amongst 3 different drivers here tonight so far. And now here comes that 49 of Bird back at the bottom. He has been down there all race long, race fans. He has not left that bottom except down these straightaways, maybe an occasional corner or two. But he does not seem like he likes his machine up there at the top of the speedway. There you can see him back through the corner, running that middle lane, now back to the bottom once again. And he just catfishing. If this was a dirt track race, they would just change his last name to Cat, because he'd be catfishing all night long. Ryan Bird making no bones about it. He likes the bottom. Still a close battle, 3rd, 4th, 5th on the speedway here. Ryan Bird, Thomas Green, Adam Westfield all still battling for a spot inside of your top 3 as now Blake Howell begins to stretch his legs here. Less than 10 laps to go here in stage 1. Running the Larson line at the front of this field. A lot of these drivers utilizing the high lane right up next to that outside wall, occasionally overstepping the bounds. But most of these drivers right there, high, wide, and handsome. That Larson line looks to be the fast way around the track here tonight. And speaking of Larson, do want to take a moment to thank our one lap to go, our white flag sponsor here with the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. Big time shout out to KL Customs. You're a one-stop shop for all Kyle Larson custom diecast. That's right. If you're looking for a great Kyle Larson diecast, a custom made diecast, head on over to KL Custom. And that catfishing has finally paid off, has finally prevailed for the 49 of Ryan Bird. You can see him take that second position away as now the 8 falls back to the 3rd spot here in the final few laps of stage number 1. The Simbox Tour stage caution will come out here in about 6 laps or so. And I'm still really impressed by that 49 and by the 8. Able to keep the pace that they are with these drivers with much fresher tires. We'll look at the lap times this time around. Race leader going to cross the line, turn in a 34:23. And how about this? Ryan Bird, faster than your race leader last time around, a 34:15, so right at a 10th faster on much older tires. Y'all better watch out. That 49 is going to be fast, and I believe you're going to have to deal with him before the night's out. You're going to have to pass him for the race win and for the race lead. Look for that 49 to get to the front of this field. Close battle now raging on as Tom Shinnick Sinchek drops from third to fourth now as Thomas Green with a little bit of a late slide drop through 3 and 4. Grab that third position away. Now Sinchek to the top of the speedway off of 2, 3 wide for a third. 3 wide for third, and the 10 backs out of it. He says, I want no parts of it. The 17 drops to the bottom of the track. Sinchek still struggling at the top of the speedway with those much older tires. Still trying to make it work. Still trying to keep it wound up. And how about this? Ryan Bird has done it. He has got to the front, and he has grabbed the race lead with just 3 laps to go here in stage number 1. Oh my goodness. Not only has he grabbed the race lead, he is stepping away from the 16 of Blake Howell, who has much fresher tires, almost 30 lap fresher tires to be exact. And look at the gap that Bird builds off of the bottom. Will cross the line this time around. Lap number 73 now goes on the board. Small battles all over the racetrack. We'll jump around just a little bit, trying to bring you some of those battles as we watch Ryan Bird lead the field. Blake Howell right there still running in second, but 2/10 back as they go flying by the cameras here. Lots of drivers trying to keep themselves wound up and on the lead lap, hopefully to get themselves that lucky dog position. Sean Huffstutler, the 94, he's had trouble early here tonight. He finds himself 1 lap down in that lucky dog position. And we've got a caution on the speedway coming out right before the stage break. So it looks like this will be your Simbox Store Stage 1 caution of the evening. Looks like trouble on the track for Christopher Norris and Tom Hendry, both of those drivers being caught up and involved in this latest one. Let's go check the replay. In contact, left rear quarter, late corner exit, and it doesn't look like there was anything malicious because Hendry didn't drive through him there. Kind of wound up and let him somewhat save the machine. We'll look at it one more time here. There you can see Hendry back on he's on the binders. He's trying to stay out of them, but the trouble has already occurred. The problem has already happened. One more look at it here from a different vantage point. There's the contact, and there you can see Hendry on the brakes. Those rotors glowing and kept it out of them. No further contact between those two drivers. You see everybody dropping to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to avoid the incident. And as drivers head down pit road, it's time for the Simbox Store stage break. Drivers using their button boxes to make their strategy reality in a matter of moments. You've got it right at your fingertips. Take control over the competition. SimboxStore.com. Simbox Store, you really push our buttons. And with the race off of pit road happening now, Ryan Bird leads them all, and he'll grab that top spot for the restart. And we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, pay a few bills. You know how that goes, race fans. And, well, we will be right back with all your green flag action right here live from Homestead-Miami Speedway. You're watching the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series live from Homestead. And back trackside as promised as the Chevy Silverado pace truck gets ready to duck off. We'll get ready to fire things off once again. Now the final run to the checkered flag. Boss man of the flag stand with the green flag in hand, and green flag flies once again. Ryan Bird walked away with the Sinbox Store Stage 1 win. He leads the field back to the green flag. He's got Adam Westfield right behind him. 16 of Blake Howe. Pounding on the bottom of the track. Westfield at the top trying to make that high lane work. It looks like Thomas Green having some electrical issues. He's going to jump around the running order for just a moment until that gets sorted out. Oh, and one driver sliding in. Thomas Walter, does he save it? Almost saved it, and then contact late. And Thomas Walter with trouble on the restart. Let's see if we can't check that one out. Let's go to the replay. There you see just a lazy slow spin. Walter almost catching it, and there's the contact, and oh my gosh. Just eating it right there at the end was the 54. Let's take a look at that 54 with the onboard camera shot here. Let's go see from his vantage point. Do we got that on board? Do we have one for the 54? And it looks like they're giving us the thumbs up on it. We do have trouble there. There it is. Oh my gosh. Norris just eats that right rear quarter panel of the 57, and that's going to be some big time trouble. Norris will have to get back to pit road, and well, we'll jump back outside the race car back up front with your new race leader. The 17 was able to take the top spot away as Ryan Bird fell back to third, so yet another lead change. Five different race leaders, 5 lead changes. 9th caution of the evening here tonight. One coming right at the end of our stage break here. New race leader Adam Westfield began his night outside of your top 5. Westfield now leading this race up 5 positions from where he started. Back in that 6th spot. Now leads the race Adam Westfield in that top spot. We'll take a look at the drivers sitting in second now out of Dixon, Tennessee. Blake Howe has got his Ford Mustang looking fast here tonight. Will he be able to walk away with the checkered flag and park it in victory lane? We'll find out in another, I would say, about 70 laps or so. Ryan Bird, the 49 out of San Antonio, Texas. Doing it big. Everything's bigger in Texas. Ryan Bird looking to have a big night here tonight. After walking away with the Simbox Store Stage 1 win, can Bird get back to the front and grab the checkered flag? Man sitting in 4th right behind him just to his outside for this restart. The Glenn Gardner driver, Tom Sinchek, looks to walk away with his first checkered flag on the evening and bring it home in to that late Apex number 8 stable. Ken Sinchek get back to the point after grabbing the Pump and Dump Clothing Company pole position here tonight from Homestead-Miami Speedway in the Miami 225. We've got a little ways to find out, but how about the man on his debut? Jeremy Boucher right there in the 73 machine. A little bit of a quiet night for that 73. He now rounds out and finishes out your top 5. Biggest mover of the night will line up just to his outside, the Dark Alliance Motorsports driver out of Salem, Oregon. Getting the job done. Dave Bush up 25 positions. started all the way back in the 30th spot here for the Miami 225. 83 laps into tonight's race, and Busch finds himself outside of row number 3 for this restart. Can he make it another 5 spots and park it in victory lane? We'll find out here, as we said, in about another 70 laps or so. As the field has received the 1 to go, we'll check back in with your race leader up at the front of the field. He's going to elect to take that high side. That's going to put Blake Howell on the bottom of the racetrack. Sinchek and Bird, familiar to restart side by side. They'll be back in row 2. Row 3 is Busch and Boucher. Gomillion and Shelley back in 4. Green and Morales round out your top 10. Waiting Fortin back on the gas. Green flag flies once again. Adam Westfield leads everybody down into turn 1. Close little mix of drivers right here. Nobody really stretching their legs on this restart. Blake Howell taking a page out of Ryan Bird's book. Coming to the pavement on the bottom of the racetrack, looking for that race lead. Let's jump back to that top spot, because they're side by side through 3 and 4. Coming across the stripe, it belongs to Howell at the line. Oh, and Westfield into the outside wall just a little bit. Grabbed the race lead back for a moment, then hit the outside wall. Now looks to the inside. He's going to look for the crossover. Looking for the crossover, and will we see the slide job? Progressive banking here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. So drivers utilizing the grip as they slide up the track and back across the line. Westfield unable to grab that top spot, and we've got trouble on the track one more time. It's going to bring out our 10th Sim Box Store caution flag of the evening. Looks like Thomas Green and his 10 machine with some trouble. Slow on the front stretch. You can see that 10 filter time. Camry smoking now. Scraped all down the right side. Let's go back. Let's see if we can find out. Let's see what we can see happen here to Thomas and that 10 machine. Green sliding through. Oh my gosh, and just snapped loose. Oh man, and we've got more drivers piling in here that are going to get caught up and involved in this one. 2, 3, 4 drivers now caught up and involved in this one. And Thomas Green, his night went from bad to worse, struggling with the handling of the car through the corner. We'll take one more look at it. And there it is, that snap loose that we've seen. Oh my gosh, and the 91 of Morales, nowhere to go. His night has pretty much come to an end after that hard contact. And well, we'll jump back to the front of the field and step away from the track for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
And back trackside as the field receives the 1 to go. Chevy Silverado paint struck lights are off, and we are ready to fire things off once again for all the fans in the stands. Sold out, packed house here tonight for race number 3. You're watching the Miami 225 for the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. There you can see that 91. Continuing on here tonight, he's been on pit road for quite some time. Looks like the field will go by, and we will still go green. This time around, Morales having to go to the tail end of the field. Blake Howe leads Adam West. Field back to the restart box. Tom Shincheck and Ryan Bird is still back in row number 2. Everybody came to pit road under our stage brake caution back at lap number 75. So your top 5 drivers all situated on the same Goodyear tires. How about Isaac Shelley with his run back up through this field? Shelley with trouble here tonight. Slowly but surely making his way back to the front. That Premier Toyota Camry. There you can see him third in line, outside row on the gas. And green flag flies once again here from Homestead. Bird and Shelley both to the bottom of the track. And how about Isaac Shelley? Man on the move on the restart. Looked all the way to the inside. Looked all the way to the bottom for position. Ooh, boy. The 44 of Gomillion with big trouble. He'll get it corralled and headed into turn number 3. There you can see the 54 way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Avoiding the 94 a little bit slow at the top of the speedway. Drivers with damage battling it out towards the tail end of this field. Battles near the back, battles near the front. Back at the top spot once again. Tom Sinchek has checked into the top spot. Sinchek regains that top spot and will give us our 7th lead change of the night amongst 5 different drivers. Just under 60 laps remaining here tonight from Homestead-Miami Speedway. We'll take a look back now with the 39 of James Watson. Watson trying to recover here after being involved in a handful of incidents pretty early here tonight. The 39 was running well. Ever since the trouble, he's been behind the 8 ball just outside of your top 10. Watson runs in 13. Keeping it right here with this battle with the 39 of Watson hanging on to the lead lap, sitting back in that 13th position. We've only got 14 drivers left on the lead lap here tonight. 20 drivers left out on the track out of the 32 Cup Car field that started tonight's race. Kyle Rochelle and Dylan Walterman both having some mechanical issues, both listed out of tonight's race, were unable to hit the starting grid and make the start of tonight's race. So mechanical troubles keep 2 drivers out of the field, and trouble keeps a lot of drivers back down through the running order. Tough break here tonight for Hernandez, Foner, Reed, Parkman, Bogan, Holt, Lewis, Trammell with some big time trouble. He's been back out on the track listed multiple laps down, though. He's going to have a handful of cautions to help him out, get himself a little closer to being able to make up a position. There you can see him 20 laps down here tonight, but still soldiering on. James Trammell sits back in 23rd. The 10 of Thomas Green and the 14 crew of Jesse Thornook still down on pit road. Both of those crews going at it with the sawzalls and rubber mallets, trying to get the machines somewhat resembling a race car. Once again, both have been on pit road for quite some time, both sitting 19th and 20th in the running order here tonight. Tom Sinchek, though, has checked out. This has been the biggest advantage we have seen all night long for any one driver through this field. Sinchek, your Pump and Dump Clothing Company qualifying time winner, walked away with a pole position. Sinchek back to the lead for the third time here tonight, and he begins to walk away a little bit, stretch his legs under the lights here at Homestead-Miami Speedway on a Saturday night in the Miami 225. Ryan Bird back there in third, battling with Westfield and Shelley. We'll come back to this 3-4 car battle. And that's exactly what Sinchek up front wants to see. When he hears from his spotter, we've got 2 and 3 wide going on back behind you for 4 positions on the track. Sinchek gonna like hearing that in his ear, because he knows the more these drivers battle amongst themselves, the further he's gonna be able to separate himself. That race lead now almost knocking on the door of 1.5 second advantage. 2 wide once again as Bird and Howell go at it for second. Tim Hendry was able to get by Alex Light last time around. That's going to pick him up the 9th position. Alex Light going to fight back and take that spot back once again. So as we've got battles right here for a position inside of your top 5. We've got battles barely inside of your top 10. Alex Light and Tim Hendry continue to fight for 9th and 10th. And Jesse Thornick's team was able to get that 14 machine back out on track, getting up to speed now. He's going to be well off the pace with a lot of damage on that 14. I know a lot of it doesn't seem to be too cosmetic here for that 14. Crew did one heck of a job at getting that machine to resemble a race car once again. Thornick looks to see if he can't grab a handful of positions and maybe snatch a few extra points by the time tonight's race is out. Big move right there for Isaac Shelley to take that 4th position away from Adam Westfield. Now it's a 2-car battle for second. Howell and Bird continue to go at it, and we've seen Bird back at the bottom once again. He's been there all night long. It takes him a little while to make these passes, but he continues to make those passes, and now taking the line away. The 16 of Howell says, no, sir, I'm going to drop to the bottom, run right where you want, and I'm going to force you to the high side. I'm going to force you to make the pass the long way. And Bird, for now, falls back just a little bit. He'll look to be now in the clutches of Isaac Shelley running on that high line. There you can see Shelley in that 98. Powered up and heading to the front, Shelley in 4th. Thomas Walter and Jeremy Boucher mixing things up side by side on the track, making their way through turns 3 and 4. Boucher at the top of the, making their way through 1 and 2. We apologize. Boucher at the top, 57 of Walter down at the bottom of the North Star Designs. 57 has seen some trouble here tonight. He is recovering well. Walter still up 9 positions from where he started tonight's race, but trying to get back to where he was running earlier here tonight inside of the top 5. Walter and Boucher continue to mix it up, 6th and 7th on the racetrack, right at about 5.5, almost 6 seconds back from your race leader, who has now walked away to a 1.5 second advantage over Ryan Bird. Isaac Shelley back to 3rd. Jesse Thornick with some trouble. And Thornick goes right to pit road with his troubles here tonight. And we've still got these 2 drivers mixing it up for position on the track. Boucher and Walter going at it now. The 73 of Boucher way at the top of the track. He's going to give a, what do you call that? The Homestead slide? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Right there up against the outside wall, catching a few black marks on the right side. I'm sure some fabrication repairs going to be needed on a handful of machines, and amazingly, the right side of that 73 doesn't look too worse for the wear. So Boucher keeps that 5th position for now. Walter into the outside wall. You see the sparks flying right there. Looks like Blake Howell was able to get by Alex Light for that 8th position. What happened to Howell? He dropped way back through this field. And it was back just about 2 to 3 laps ago was when Blake Howell had his trouble. He dropped from that 2nd position all the way back now to the 8th spot, running right where he qualified here tonight. We know that 16 has got some speed. We know he's got pace, but some trouble has caused him to lose some ground. He has got to find a way. He may have to pull some pit road strategy. He may have to pull an undercut here to get back up there and battle for the race lead. As your top 2 drivers begin to step away from the entire field, Tom Sinchek with a 1.5 second advantage over Ryan Bird. Isaac Shelley right there, the 98 machine, back 1.5 seconds from Bird, so 3 seconds back from race leader Isaac Shelley, dealing with Adam Westfield. The North Star Design 17 Toyota Camry beginning to close in, just 3/10 back from Shelley. Battle for the final spot of the podium here tonight in the Miami 225. I'll tell you what, we'll get a little bit closer to the action. What do you say, race fans? There you can see Blake Howell, Tom Hendry, and Alex Wright all scooting by the camera. A lot of different drivers battling for many positions here tonight. Gerald Duffin outside of your top 10. And in the 22 Toyota Camry looking for position on Maurice Chameleon. Chameleon in the 44 running in 12. And a good recovery tonight as well for this man inside that 94 machine. Sean Huffstutler, the 94 Chevy ZL1 Camaro, involved in 2 to 3 incidents here tonight. No front flip on that 94, and Huffstutler continues to pound the pavement, continue to make his way to the front of the field. He's up 16 positions from where he qualified here tonight, back in 27th. Huffstutler, only previous race winner in the field here tonight, doesn't look like he's going to get to victory lane, but still looking for a solid top 10 here tonight. Will Huffstutler find a way to break in to that top 10? We'll jump back a little further, back a little further forward in the field in this running order. Back with the battle right here. Thomas Walter now dealing with Dave Bush, who's looking to drop to the bottom of the racetrack. There you see the 53. He looks to be a lot cleaner. Doesn't seem to be a bent quarter panel anywhere on that 53 machine. He'll pound the pavement at the bottom of the racetrack, catfishing once again. We've seen a lot of drivers begin to migrate back down to the bottom of the track after watching Ryan Bird and what he was able to accomplish on much older Goodyear tires. Able to keep it on the bottom and grab a handful of positions. He's still 1.5 seconds back from your race leader, your pole sitter here tonight. Tom Sinchek continues to lead, continues to stay checked out with 1.5 second advantage for that 8. Lap number 113 on the board now out of the 150 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. 225 miles on tap here for the Miami 225 for the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. Something we haven't even mentioned here tonight. I do apologize as well. The Dash for Cash up for grabs. We've got 10 drivers out there running in this field tonight for the Dash for Cash. Huffstutler, Otto, Hernandez, Duffin, Shelley, Bush, Gomillion, Bird, Watson, Tucker, all inside of positions to battle for the Dash for Cash. Your highest running drivers over the course of these 5 races, will walk away with some extra money in their back pocket. And right now, your highest running Dash for Cash driver is sitting in that 3rd position. Isaac Shelley running well here tonight after early trouble. Shelley sitting in 3rd. We'll take a look back. Let's see where our next running Dash for Cash driver is, and I do believe that's going to be Dave Bush in that 53 machine. Bush running in 6th. Hernandez out of tonight's race fairly early here tonight, so that's going to be at least one of your Dash for Cash drivers with some trouble. Duffin and Watson, they're running right around each other as well. 13th, 14th on the track here tonight, so both of those drivers on the outside looking in. They're going to have some solid finishes in these other Dash for Cash races to have any opportunity at walking away with the extra money at the end of the North Star 5 involved in this Dash for Cash running here in the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. Back to one of your only battles on the track. Let's check in once again right here with Dave Bush, who continues to pick up some pieces, continues to grab some positions. Bush at the bottom of the racetrack trying to get by Jeremy Boucher. Boucher on his debut running well here tonight, rounding out your top 5, but wanting another position is Dave Bush. He's up 24 spots so far. Can Bush get one more and make it up top 5? Closing in on the 120 lap mark here tonight from Homestead-Miami Speedway. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Show them you like what they give you week in, week out, every Saturday night right here on their Turn 3 Racing Network. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. As always, drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here with the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're just sliding through to say hey, or you are one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, or maybe even one of the many sponsors here coming to check out the product. We do appreciate each and every one. Each and every time they stop by. Without you, there would be no us. So again, while you're here, while you're watching, show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up. We do appreciate it, getting word out of that 16 camp for Blake Howell. He got a little bit loose out of turn 2, and that's what set him back. We seen him fall through the field, but we didn't have any indication of what really happened. Kind of quiet on the radio chatter there. And the 16 of Howell, after getting loose, has regained some speed, regained that pace, but has not really regained the positions the 16 was leading here, has led laps here tonight, has been inside of your top 5 pretty much all night long. Will Howell be able to get his fast forward up Mustang back to the front of the field and back into a podium position? We're going to have ourselves less than 30 laps remaining to find out here tonight in the Miami 225. It's going to come down to, I believe, the money stop. I don't know if drivers are going to be able to make it on fuel from here on out. I think we may see one round of green flag pit stops, and talk about a shakeup late in the race. Drivers have not had to make a green flag pit stop all night long so far. Will we see anybody get caught up and caught out with a pit road penalty? I know the pit road police down there waiting with their ticket books. They always like to hand out those penalties at every track we go to. Unfortunately, not able to pay off the pit road police. Unbribable, untouchable, if you will. And well, we are now on lap 123 out of the 150 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Walking away with the Sim Box Store Stage 1 win was that 49 of Ryan Bird, able to snatch the stage win. He's right there running in second once again. We've seen him on the bottom of the racetrack all night long, digging down there. He continues to pound the pavement at the bottom, and here we go. Green flag pit stops underway as the 49 of Ryan Bird first to come to pit road for service and tires and attention of the crew. Back to your race leader, who's going to make his way off of turn number 2. There you can see Tom Sinchek. Will Sinchek head to pit road, this time by Blake Howell. Also pulled the 16 to pit road early here. And does this kick off the green flag stops? And yes, it does. Sinchek not going to waste any time. He's going to come straight to pit road as well. What does the 17 of Westfield do? There you can see the 17 of Adam Westfield slow on the track. Looks like he's going to bring the North Star Designs Toyota Camry down to pit road. Entry looks nice and clean. And we'll head to a new race leader. In his debut race, Jeremy Boucher goes to the top of the running order. He'll grab a lap lead, give us our 6th different race leader. 8th lead change of the night as now Dave Bush looks to get to the top spot. Up 28 positions, man. Dave Bush has been on a tear. He has done it quietly and cleanly. As you can see, that 53 still shining under the lights. Not a bit of damage on the Cortiva 53. Dave Bush running well. Bush back in second. Gerald Duffin brings his 22 down to pit road, and with these green flag pit stops underway, looking through the running order here, Tom Sinchek was able to come to pit road and get back up to speed and keep himself on the lead lap. That is going to be very big for Sinchek because Blake Howell, he missed it. He did not keep himself on the lead lap. The 16 now listed as the first driver 1 lap down. Back in that 12th position. Where did Ryan Bird shake out at? He came to pit road back on lap 123, and now with 24 to go, Bird runs an 8. That looks like a huge difference with the pit road exchange there between Tom Sinchek, your race leader at the time, and the 49 of Ryan Bird, who was running in second. Now Bird finds himself a handful of positions out in front of Sinchek, and it was just 1 lap. Just 1 lap separating those two drivers. But the pit road speed, the pit road delta, much better for Ryan Bird, and I believe that's where it is. On and off of pit road, it took Ryan Bird 44.5 seconds to come down pit road, get his 4 tires in fuel, and head back out on the track and get up to speed. 51.2 seconds was the stopwatch for Sinchek, and there you go. That's it right there. That's at least a 7-second pickup on the pit road delta of 4. The 49 of Ryan Bird, as he now finds himself running in the 8th position with battles still raging on between Boucher and Bush goes to the top spot for the first time there tonight. Just a handful of laps ago, about 2 laps ago, is when Dave Bush was able to take that top spot away. When will he come to pit road? Both Bush and Boucher last to pit road on lap number 75. Tom Hendry also lap 75 for the 07. He's yet to come to pit road. He's up 22 positions now. All brand new, fresh faces inside of your top 5. Thomas Walter, the 57, recovering after multiple race incidents here tonight. He's got his Toyota Camry back inside the top 5. Running in 4th, and Maurice Gamillion rounds out your top 5 for the first time here tonight. That 44 inside the top 5, but he is yet to make his last stop of the night. Sean Huffstutler in the 94, up 21 positions. He's running in 6th. He's yet to make his final stop of the night. Ryan Bird, Isaac Shelley, and Tom Sinchek all right there, running with each other. 7th, 8th, 9th on the speedway, all with fresh tires. But they've all got gaps between them, and Ryan Bird is your biggest winner through this round of green flag pit stops so far. He's got himself a 5-second advantage over Shelley And another 2 seconds on top of that. Back to Tom Sinchek, who has been some of his closest competition at the front of this field. So job well done on and off pit road. Ryan Bird's crew getting the job done, and we've got less than 20 to go. Back at the front, though, your race leader continues to lead. Obviously, your race leader continues to lead, but continuing to lead the race, continuing to have a little bit of a gap to play with. Jeremy Boucher not letting him breathe very much. Boucher still has that 73 running in the second position. Let's jump on board now, get a little look from the cockpit of Boucher as he tries to track down your race leader and grab the top spot back one more time. And with this latest long green flag run here tonight, we have got a mixture of bags when it comes to the pit strategy. A handful of drivers still yet to come to pit road for their final service and tires. A few of them may not have to come to pit road. Driver sitting in fourth, Thomas Walter, was last to pit road back on lap number 81. He may have enough to stretch this thing to the end and get himself onto a podium position here. Sean Huffstutler, who has lost a spot to Ryan Bird, sitting in the sixth position now. Huffstutler last to pit road on lap number 87 under our latest caution. I believe Huffstutler does have enough fuel to make it to the end. Now Jeremy Boucher on the high side. He's going to look to grab that spot back and does so at the line. Race leader once again back at the point. Inside, we ride with the 73 of Jeremy Boucher. We'll jump back outside of the car and watch this battle continue to unfold. 9 different lead changes here tonight amongst 7 different drivers. We apologize. Great racing action at the front. Drivers in clean air, able to pretty much do what they want with their machines. How far will Ryan Bird be able to run back up through this field? He came to pit road with just about 25-26 laps remaining into tonight's race. 15 laps now remaining, and Ryan Bird just now back into a top 5 position. Much fresher tires than the drivers in front of him. In contact between 3 drivers. Oh no, 73 into that outside wall. Will he get to pit road? Does not get to pit road. That does not bring out a caution flag. We stay green here. Big trouble at the front. Jeremy Boucher giving up that top spot. Dave Bush back at the point. 10th lead change of the night. No caution flag. Nobody went around, but they crashed. They just didn't wreck. I mean, that was some big-time trouble there for multiple drivers there. Your race leader involved in that one. Dave Bush catching a big piece of that action. Somehow, all 3 of the drivers involved were able to keep their machines heading in the right direction and to keep us under green flag conditions. Multiple drivers, though, back through this field. Tom Sinchek, Isaac Shelley, they wouldn't mind seeing a late race caution right there. That would have put them a little bit closer to the front once again, allowed them a cheap little pit stop to go down there and grab some fresh tires. They'll be on the same fuel and tire strategy as the drivers that have stretched this run out here. 13 laps to go, 12 when we cross the line this time by Dave Bush. Leads the field by almost 6 seconds. You know, I want to hear from you out there in TV Land race fans. Let's hear let's hear when we came and unloaded here tonight, who had this rookie not only leading laps here tonight, but leading laps late in the race and eyeballing his first win of the season. Who had this 53, parking it in victory lane here tonight? I'm going to be straight honest and straightforward about it. Looking through happy hour, the 53 was one of the drivers on the outside of the radar. Wasn't really one of the ones that we were cued in on and focused in, looking at as a potential race winner here tonight. But that's why we race these things on out. That's why we do what we do. That's why these drivers pound the pavement, smash the gas, and keep it cranked up lap after lap. Dave Bush proving the naysayers wrong, and he's at the front with a big race lead now, 7.5 second advantage over Ryan Bird, who has been able to close in and capture that second spot away from Jeremy Boucher. Boucher still with a great run here in his debut. He's rounding out the podium positions. But what do? You've laid your bed. That's it. Dave Bush, he's not going to come to pit road at this point unless we get a pesky late race caution. Do not look to see the guy with the rookie stripes looking to be a rookie no more by the end of tonight's race and walk away with the checkered flag and into victory lane. Bush will keep it out on track with 9 to go. And with less than 10 to go, your top 5 a little bit different than what it looked like maybe 30, 40 laps ago. Some newer faces inside the top 5. Dave Bush leading the field here, has been leading for quite some time. Up 29 positions from where he qualified. The Dark Alliance Motorsports driver out of Salem, Oregon, looks to park it in victory lane for the first time. He'll head off of turn 4 back across the stripe and leave us just 7 laps to go. Dave Bush leads this field here in the closing few laps of the Miami 225. Driver behind him on the track closing in a hurry has brought the gap from 7 down to 4.5 seconds. Ryan Bird looks to recapture that top spot and get back to the race lead. Bird runs in second. Tom Sinchek, your Pump and Dump Clothing Company qualifying pole position winner, walked away with the fast time in qualifying. Sinchek looking to get back to the front as well. He runs in third. Up 21 positions in the 07. How about this 3 wide with Isaac Shelley? Tim Hendry running in that 5th position. He's going to drop 4th spot to Isaac Shelley. We'll take a look at Shelley here. Driver out of Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania posse represented well down here tonight in Florida under the lights at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Shelley with a great run back through the field in his premiere. 98, Shelley back to 4th. Hendry now rounds out your top 5 and has to pull to pit road. With 5 laps to go, Jeremy Boucher and Tim Hendry both pull to pit road. That's got us questioning Dave Bush's strategy here. The high 5 last time around for your race leader, and that gap is going away and going away in a hurry. Now just 2.5 seconds separating your top 2 drivers. Dave Bush crosses the line with 4 laps to go. With 4 laps to go, how much fuel is that 53 saving right now? Ryan Bush continuing to cut into this race lead. He's going to get there. He's going to be there by the end of this run. Oh, man, will the 53 have enough fuel to fight off Ryan Bird once he does arrive? There you can see Bird lurking in the background. We'll have just 3 to go this time by. It looked like it was all in the bag for Bush at the front, having to save some fuel here in the final few laps, and that has allowed Ryan Bird to make his way Back within striking distance. Bird into second. The 49 has been digging on the bottom of the racetrack all night long. He continues to bottom feed here tonight from Homestead. We'll take a look at this 49 as he makes his way off of turn 4. 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks on display for Dave Bush. That race lead just over 1 second still here as Bird continues to close in lap after lap. He's really in that race leader, and it's going to come down to a final lap pass halfway down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Race leader Dave Bush works his way through the corner, still a half a second advantage. Can the rookie fight him off? Can he finish off tonight's race? The white flag flies. Final lap. 1 to go here at Homestead-Miami. The Speedway. The KL Customs white flag flies here on the final lap. We've got ourselves a hot battle for the checkered flag here. Less than a half a second remains between your top 2 drivers. Down the backstretch and into turn 3 for the final time. 53 tries to throw in the block down at the bottom. He'll take the line away from Bird as Bird slides up the track off of 4, looking to block him. Here comes the 53, and the rookie gets the job done and walks away with the race win. Oh boy. The Dark Alliance Motorsports driver inside of that Cortiva 53 holds off Ryan Bird. If he had one more lap to hold him off, he wasn't going to be able to do it. What a run, man. What a way to save the fuel as well. Dave Bush, well-deserved checkered flag here tonight. He'll walk away with that top spot. It doesn't get much better than that. I mean, Dave Bush gambled, and it paid off. Let's head to the casino, my friend, because you've got some good luck on your side as we join the fans in the stands on the front stretch. Gonna get a little bit of a smoke show, and we'll set things up, get ready to go for your post-race interviews as your race winner parks it at the start-finish line. Allows some of the fans in the stands to get some great pictures. We'll head away from the track for just a brief moment, get things set up for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside here tonight at the end of the Miami 225 right here live from Homestead-Miami Speedway. What a race. What an end, huh? Ryan Bird was almost right there. Almost grabbed that top spot. Back away. And now we'll head trackside. Let's see if we can't catch up and have a few words with some of the drivers that walked away in your podium positions here tonight. Let's see if we can't grab a quick word with the driver inside of that number 8 machine. Tom, it's Dave. You got me?
I got you, buddy.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after, one, walking away with the pole position, but two, also walking away with the podium?
It sucks. I'm an idiot. I got a text message and I jumped into the pits, slid into my box, and looked down at my phone for probably 4 or 5 seconds. Looked up and it said that I was too far back. They weren't doing anything. I thought I was fine, but yeah, I wasn't fine. I'm an idiot. I did that to myself.
Well, man, I think it was in the NASCAR world. I think it was Kyle Busch that got penalized for tweeting during races and stuff. Hopefully you don't get one of them too.
It is what it is. It's all right. I'm not too beat up on myself. I knew I was fast. I knew we were all fast. Bird and all those guys, we were pretty fast. Did Dave Busch pit at all on that second run? How the hell did he make it on fuel? That's pretty surprising. It was a good run by him though.
Yeah, a heck of a run, man. Surprised, and we'll answer that question for you. No, he came to pit road at the end of the stage break, and that was it. And I don't know. Maybe some of you guys might need to ask for that car to be torn down. He might have some extra fuel line. I don't know.
Couple of them, but no, good strategy on him. You can't really knock him. He went for it and he got it. So congrats to him.
Absolutely. Well, Tom, congratulations walking away with the Pump and Dump qualifying award here tonight. You're going to get an extra point in your back pocket for that. You led a handful of laps as well. Coming up just short at the end, though. Walking away third here tonight from Homestead. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Love everybody. Love Late Apex. Love all the guys that put this together. Yeah, James, Maurice, Kyle couldn't be here tonight. He had a parking stop, but it was all right. Yeah, I think it was a good night overall. Finally, we actually finished the race and didn't wreck out like we did in Daytona and Martinsville. But I feel like I should have had this one. I'm going to beat myself up for a little bit, but it's all right. No big deal.
Well, again, Tom, congratulations on the great run. Congratulations on the pole award. And we'll see if we can't catch up with you here in the next few coming weeks.
Yes, sir. I'll see you later.
All right, there you go. Final words from the man that walked away with the Pump and Dump qualifying pole position to here tonight. Tom Sinchek walks away in third. That's going to move us right along. We'll roll right along with the drivers walking away with podium spots here tonight. The driver that walked away with a handful of laps led down on the bottom of the racetrack most of the night. Let's see if we can't grab in a quick word or two with the man that walked away second, Ryan Bird. It's Dave in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, man. How you doing? How you feeling after a solid podium run, walking away second, after snatching the race lead for quite some time? How's it feel to be able to run your way back up through this field and snatch a podium?
It feels good, man. Obviously, it's disappointing to come up one spot short, but getting to race with people like Tom Senchak and actually be on their level is pretty cool.
Well, Ryan, we want to ask you about your lane of choice. You were one of the only drivers, one of the few drivers that were down there bottom feeding all night long. Was it a setup reason, or is that just your preferred line here around Homestead? Because a lot of these drivers kept it up around that Larson line area.
So that decision was kind of made on Tuesday or Wednesday, talking to my teammate Max, that I felt like if I tried to run that one lane up that a lot of guys run, or right against the wall, it was goading me into too many mistakes and just burning the right front off. And I felt like I could run that bottom every lap the same way, hit my 34 flat every lap, and they'd come back to me, and it kind of worked out that way.
Well, comfortability, a big thing in these newer cars. Drivers still getting familiar with them at these well-known tracks. Everybody knows the tracks that we go to, but these cars are the big miss or unknown, I should say. But fortunately for you and your crew, you found a line that worked for you. You stuck to it. to the T, man. It paid off well. You grabbed the race lead from the bottom of the racetrack multiple times here tonight. You led a handful of laps. Ryan, congratulations on a great run here from Homestead. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Absolutely. Shout out to my teammate for keeping me posted there. It sucks that he got knocked out of the race early, but he came in and he was talking me through that whole race pretty much. Shout out to my girlfriend for putting up with this sim racing nonsense it takes up a Saturday night. And shout out to Sea Shepherd doing what they can to save some whales.
All right. Well, again, Ryan, congratulations on a great run here tonight in the Miami 225. And after a podium finish this week, we'll see if we can't catch up with you in the next few weeks. Maybe one spot better. What do you say?
I hope so.
Well, all right, there you go. Final parting words from the driver inside of his 49 machine. Led a handful of laps and was the only driver to bottom feed all night long. Catfishing all night long down here in sunny Florida under the lights. Saturday night racing here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Ryan Bird walks away in second. And now we'll get to the man of the moment, the man of the hour, surprising everybody with staying out, parking it in victory lane for the first time. Dave Bush, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
I sure do, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing great now that we got the Dave and Dave show up here, man. How you feeling after the race win? You got to be proud of, one, the crew, and one, your ability to save the fuel and the tires enough to walk away with the checkered flag.
Oh, I feel awesome, man. This is great. I haven't got a win in a long time, so yeah, I'm real excited about this.
Well, Dave, walk us through the strategy call there to stay out the entire second half of this race. I mean, I believe we had maybe one caution flag there after that Simbox store stage break at lap 75. What went in the decision making, and whose call was it to keep that Dark Alliance Motorsports 53 out on track?
Well, be honest with you, I didn't even realize I was saving fuel until everybody started pitting, later in the run there, and I was like, oh my God, I better look up and see what I got. And I was right on the edge, and I knew going into this race that this setup was for the old package, and so it was going to be real slick, real loose for everybody. And so I just took my time, and that was my whole game plan the whole time out, is just take my time, make sure I got through the corners correctly without getting the back end out from under me and stuff. And like I said, I didn't even realize I was saving fuel, but then when everybody started pitting, I was like, hey, I might be onto something here. And I tell you what, I didn't even have enough, just barely got enough to get back to the start finish line, and my motor died. I couldn't even do a burnout, but I'll take the victory. It worked out very well for me, and I had fun.
Absolutely, man. Well, if you run out on the cool down lap, then it doesn't matter much. You got the race win. You got the engine saved to bring it back to one of these bigger tracks. So that's another plus for you and your crew. So, Dave, congratulations on your first win this season. And looking forward from here, we hope we can catch up with you in victory lane many more times throughout the rest of the season. But for now, enjoy this first race win. And before we let you go, would you like to give any shout outs? Thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my family, my wife who's watching right now. She doesn't really chat much, but thanks to her. She's waiting for me right now. She's probably getting my dinner ready. I'd like to thank Creativa Agrisciences for sponsoring me here. This really a great organization there. Like to thank all my my teammates that aren't here, and they're in another league, Steven Stemp and Hunter Hayward. And like thank the league. It's a great league. We have a lot of fun in Discord, and just an overall great group of guys here. And like thank you, Dave, for coming on board with us and putting on some great shows for us. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate the kind words. I know the admins and officials here with the league also appreciate the kind words. All the fans out there watching around the world appreciate all the great racing action that you guys provide. And again, man, congratulations on saving the fuel in the tires and getting the job done, walking away with your first checkered flag this season. We'll look forward to catching up with you here in the next handful of weeks. And again, man, enjoy this one. And until then, stay safe and keep it fast.
All right, buddy. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right, there you have it. Your race winner here tonight from Homestead-Miami Speedway in the Miami 225. Saving some fuel, saving some tires, and he's going to save this checkered flag. It's going to go in the collection booth at the Bush House, and he'll remember this race win for quite some time. Walking away with the top spot, your race winner here from Homestead, Dave Bush. Man, what a night. What a win there. What a run to the end of the race, to the checkered flag. Ryan Bird was all over Dave Bush coming to the end. And man, what a night it was here under the lights in sunny, beautiful southern Florida. I say sunny. It was sunny today. Obviously, no sun out at night under the lights. Racing here. Heat outside, heat on the track. Dave Bush walks away with that top spot. And as you can already hear, producers hitting those buttons in the background so you know the familiar tunes and sounds. You know that means that it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results of the Miami 225 in the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. Walking away with the top spot in his first checkered flag of the season, the 53 of Dave Bush. 49 of Ryan Bird walks away second on track here tonight in your Pump and Dump Clothing Company Pole Award winner. Tom Sinchek walks away in third. Great run here tonight, led a handful of laps, but coming up just short from a podium spot, the 98 of Isaac Shelley. Sean Huffstutler in the 94, able to crack into the top 5. Adam Westfield walks away 6th. Thomas Walter brings the 57 home in 7th, while Blake Howell fades back to 8th. 9th place tonight belongs to the 07 of Tim Hendry, with Jeremy Boucher rounding out your top 10 in his debut. 11 of Alex Light back in 11th, and Maurice Gomillion finishes tonight's race in 12th. 13th tonight from Homestead-Miami Speedway, Gerald Duffin in the 22 machine. Back in 14th is James Watson. The 91 of Martin Morales finishes out your top 15. Christopher Norris and Jared Talmadge back 16th, 17th, 18th tonight to William Downman in the 77 machine. 18th from Homestead tonight belongs to Downman, while Mark Digman in the 42 walks away 19th. 20th from the track is the 20 machine at RS Racing. That's James Tremmel. Jesse Thornock walks away from the track in 21st. 22nd here tonight in the Miami 225 is the 10 of Thomas Green. Logan Brakely walks away from the track in 23rd. 24th here tonight to Rye Lewis. Morris Bogman back in 25th with Kavaha Holt at the 00 machine. His debut night not going the way that he wanted. The 00 walks away in 26th. Chris Parkman back in 27th. 28th tonight belongs to the 92 machine. Rounding out the running order, Max Forner, Patrick Hernandez, Kyle Rochelle, and Dylan Walterman. What a night, what a race we had on our hands here tonight. As the music begins to fade away in the background, we're going to begin to roll up the cords and switch off the lights in the production booth and get ready to head to next week's race. It's going to be a barn burner. Tune in to find out. Tune in to watch your favorite racer run through the field. We've got our first road course coming up here in the next handful of weeks with the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. Big shout out to all of the sponsors here tonight. Big time shout out to the Simbox store, as well as North Star Designs, Pump and Dump Clothing Company, Track Racer, and let's not forget Butt Kicker. Feel what you've been missing. We're going to roll up the cords and head on out. Until next time, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until we meet again, we'll see ya in turn 3.